Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome back to another live stream. We are drinking water, just drinking water in this live stream, nothing else. Forget about the title. I actually lied in the title. What did I put as the title? Something about money. Yeah, money in my pocket terminal in my browser or something like that. Bro, the second part is true. The first part, no, like money in my pocket. What do you mean? You're doing open source. Like, where's the money part? That's not real. So yeah, but yeah, that's what we're doing in the stream. I'm just gonna drink water, guys. I mean, if you're expecting something else, you can just leave. I'm just kidding. Don't leave. No, you can just leave. I don't care. Yeah, we're just gonna like continue where I left off yesterday. Don't worry, I'm gonna get you up to speed. Well, yeah, there isn't much to talk about actually, but yeah, my shoulder is feeling better. That's one thing. We're recovering, and yeah, I'm just gonna check my notifications for a second. But again, welcome to this live stream where we are once again just drink water and complain about some fucking pixels on the screen for 2 hours. So it's gonna be amazing. And sometimes we complain about other things such as strawberries, but you don't have to worry about that yet. So yeah, that's the whole pitch. After that pitch, if you're staying in this live stream, you're an OG. But anyway, so it turns out my fix for the demo website is actually working quite well. I got some feedback from some people. Actually, not like real feedback. It's more like they just gave me like thumbs up, you know, like reactions. That was the whole feedback. So I'm assuming they liked it. So yeah, I mean it's working quite well. So I'm actually thinking of putting some Godzilla demos, like live WebAssembly stuff, onto the Ratatouille website, because I mean it's working fine, it seems. So why not do that? But before that, let's actually just jump right into some of these PRs and catch up with them. So I already replied here 8 hours ago after I wake up, basically. So we were on the same page about not using a vendored version of Ratatouille, because this was simply just pulling some custom Ratatouille Git repo, like a forked repo, into this branch and just using it to implement whatever this is implementing, basically. So we're on the same page. I'm gonna wait for some time before they will address that situation, and yeah, it's gonna be fine, I hope, because aliasable hyperlinks are very important, I think. Another one of the issues that we have is the cursor, the pointer events. Yeah, the pointer events. So in this one, we talked about how to implement it a bit, but then since I have a different line of thought with the other guy, I was not really following what they're doing. So I asked simply for a draft, because I want to see the code and have a practical view of things. So that's what he did, I think. I was also excited to see that, but TweetTexter handles the cursor by itself. If I see correctly, I'll prepare a PR to make this issue more clear. Yep. Alright, so we got a draft now, which will demonstrate what's going on, right? So I'm gonna check out the main and see. This only complies after changing access to frame cursor position to pub. It's a quick and dirty demo to show how we could support setting the cursor in Ratzilla via the frame like it's done in Ratatouille. Alright, this seems very clear. Let me take a look. Here's the access issue to cursor position of frame. This is obviously failing. That's fine. Let's have a look at the code. Ratatouille, alpha, okay, path, all widgets, cursor issue. I'm gonna just close the sidebar. Oh, I didn't do it. I'm gonna just, how do I close it? I don't want the sidebar. Okay, hide file tree. Alright, so this is just the cargo tumble viewed. I don't know, let's keep it open. Cargo lock viewed. Issue viewed. This is just the copy pasted index HTML. That's also fine. Counter cloned. Yeah, this is the cursor position. Yeah, how do we get the cursor position? What is, wait, what? Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna take a look at the whole thing. But I'm failing to see where the cursor position. Okay, just give the counter. So the cursor position, counter, and 4. Okay. Cursor position. That's the DOM backend. Yeah, it's setting the symbol. There you go. Note for the feature. Side note for feature. We should make this configurable while constructing the backend. For an example of possible cursor characters, see. I'm just gonna pull up the Rio codebase because I implemented something like this in there. Oh, hello JS, welcome. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Cursor shape, I think it was called. Cursor shape, because we have like beam. Yeah, there you go. This thing. I'm good, hope you're having a great grind today. Yeah, this has been a fantastic grind so far. I'm just, you know, I'm locked in. Look at me. I got my water. I'm just looking at some code bases, you know, just chilling. Just chilling, bro. I wonder if there's anything like that in the cross-term code base. So something like cursor style. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna just use this thing then. So I'm gonna say cursor style variants in cross-term. All right, start a review. Okay, I see. There you go. Okay. Okay, got it. All right, we have a bigger issue here actually. It's not about not being able to access the backend properties, but it's actually something bigger here. So the thing that I did while implementing it was simply I imitated how the render function works in Ratatouille. I simply just calling the same functions here, right? But you know, I wanted to create a loop, so yeah, I needed to do something custom here, so that's why. So okay, I'm gonna try to replicate the issue that I was having. So this is actually calling terminal draw or something. I'm trying to remember why I did this. Actually, where do we call these functions in Ratatouille? I'm gonna find the exact call. Alright, so this is try draw function, right? And try draw is being called in draw render callback. Okay. So what is the problem here? I think the problem was, I'm trying to backtrace my steps here. If I go to the minimal example, let's say, or maybe I'm gonna go from this terminal and trunk serve, it will work because of this custom closure. But whenever I do something like, let's say draw, this won't work because this is not creating a loop. So the way that we are creating a loop is simply doing this callback mechanism with the request animation frame. So okay, let me try to replicate this. This takes a render callback. And it's a function of terminal. So we should be able to, instead of doing this, we should be able to just self draw and render callback. What is F? Yeah, there you go. This was the problem. This was the original problem. All right, so expected an fn mute closure found nothing. Little disconnection, but I should be back now. What you have missed in this little 10 seconds where I was not connected to internet was I just drank water. That's all you missed. So, nothing. Okay. New issue. Hello, Gromit. Nice to see you here. Gotta get that Sue. Yeah. Sue is very important, you know? Sui. Okay, disclosure implements fn once, not fn mute. What is this draw function? It's fn once. But our render is actually fn mute. Because of why? Because the callback is fn mute. And that's the limitation of this thing. Request animation frame takes a JS function. How about we just like do this fn once instead? Would that work? Expected fn once fn. What? I already changed it. Okay, fn once. Then WASM closure is not implemented for fn once. God damn it. Maybe we are asking for too much. Maybe I should just, I don't know. Alright, so I'm just gonna search for fn once here in WASM bindgen directly. WASM closure fn once what? Initial support for fn once closures has been added to the closure type. Is this new? No, it's 2019, bruh. Alright, so support passing fn once to JS. Exactly. This is what I fucking need. And it's from 2019. Come on. Not we currently have support for closure fn once, but not passing fn once to directly to JS. Currently accepts an fn mute, but the closure will only be called once, so it should be fn once instead. Yeah, that's what I need. Look, 2019 it was created, and then some things happened, and then any updates on this 2021, and then 2023. Oh my god. Features of promise. Alright, I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know how that's even related. Can I just like, what is this thing? Closure wrap. Can I just use closure? I wanna use fn once and closures. I hope more devs come into the WASM scene so we have more discussions on matter like these. I wish, bro. I mean, you saw the issue. It's like 2019 and then there's just one comment in 2021 and 2023. Like, yeah. Alright, these ones are all closed, so I don't know. Unable to use closures. It's 2018. Oh my god. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe it's my fault. Support closure fn once. Is it? Yeah, closure, then fn1s. That's what I need. I mean, this is supported, but the thing is, what's the problem here? What is a WASM closure? And what does this come from again? Is it WASM bindgen? Yeah. WASM bindgen. WASM closure. It's not even in this thing. What is this thing? WASM bindgen 20200 closure RS. I guess this is the same thing, but this seems to be like a trait. Yeah, I don't know. This is not even public. How do I figure this out? It's not even fucking public. Okay, let's see. Closure. Create a new instance of closure from the provided Rust function. Note that the closure provided here, F, has a few requirements associated with it. So, it must implement fn or fn mute. For fn1's function, see closure once. Okay, so we can actually do that. Closure once. Create a closure from a function that can only be called once. That's our requirement, right? Yeah. So can I just do that here by just, you know, not wrapping it? Closure once, and then what do I do? Just the thing, I guess, without the bugs. Do I need the bugs? I don't think so. Maybe I do. I don't know. Let me try. Expect the trait fn1's found trait fn mute. What? What? Wait, I'm confused now. What happens if I just don't clone the callback? Whatever. Just give me this thing. Actually, hold on. I'm not gonna touch this thing, okay? I'm not gonna touch this thing. This is gonna be the reference. And I'm just gonna comment this out. And I'm gonna go here. I highly doubt that this will work, but we'll try it. So, something, right? Some closure closure once, and then here we just do self draw, and yeah, that's that. Expect the trade fn1's found trade fn mute. What? How's that even? Wait. Closure from F. Note that the closure's type parameter is fn mute, even though F is fn once. What? Man, I like the music. That's the only thing that I like in the stream. I'm just very annoyed by the rest of this rest of everything. Cause I mean, what the hell is going on? Music. You said music. 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 I don't know how to pronounce it in German. Music? I don't know. Music. Music. Unlike closure once, this does not return a closure that can be dropped before the function is invoked. Damn. Alright, I don't know why this is returning. Closure once is actually returning fn mute. Oh my god. Why? Create a closure from a function that can only be called once. Since we have no way of enforcing that JS cannot attempt to call this fn once more than once, this produces a closure fn mute that will dynamically throw a JavaScript error if called more than once. Bro. So there's no way to construct fn once? That's fucking stupid. I mean, that's not stupid, don't get me wrong, but that's very stupid. Like, you... What? This is for creating a fn mute from a fn once, okay. Alright, I guess. Cool. So how do I even, like... Yeah, using fn once and closure once with request. Okay, that's what I needed. Thank you. Alright, so request animation frame. Yes, it's taking a fn mute though. Fuck. It's taking a fn mute here. Oh, okay, so hold on. Wait, this is actually not bad. Okay, hold on. If I take this thing back and just remove that, and instead of doing all of this, I'll do self draw render callback, whatever. Wait, that worked? What? Did that just work? Why the fuck I was getting an error before? Because I did this thing, render callback. Yeah, okay, but in this case, if I do closure once, and also fn once, I guess this would work then. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, I just got a very enlightening moment. Alright, so that worked, but I wonder if the rendering is fine still. Let's see. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. It's not counting. Is it broken? Let me try another example. Let me try the demo. I think I know what's going on. It's just being called once now because that's what we asked for. So instead of doing that, let's do something like, oh, okay, I can actually debug this in the console. Yeah, closure invoked recursively or after being dropped. So Since we have FN once, that's just gonna panic. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to do that and just hope that it will work. All right. That actually worked. So we don't have any dependency on these frame stuff anymore, which means this is also calling try draw, and try draw is setting the cursor position, match cursor position, frame cursor position. But we're not setting the cursor position anywhere. Hold on, let me just simplify this either way. I'm gonna make sure that this is working. I'm gonna run the demo too. Okay, all seems good, so that's a good improvement. This gotta enjoy the PRs that remove lines of code. Exactly. I'm actually, more than that, I'm just enjoying just understanding my own code, you know, like, because yeah, I wrote this and I'm like, okay, it works, but I didn't know why and how, but now I understand it. This method takes a closure that will call on every update that the browser makes during this call. This implementation creates a loop that will call the draw method on the terminal, then request the next animation frame. On the terminal. Terminal draw method. Terminal draw method. Sorry for the flashbang. I'm gonna find a wasn't my docs. It's like that meme, it doesn't work, why? Okay, now it works, why? Yeah, especially this project is like that. Okay, so closure, let me go to closure. Yeah, that should be fine. I was thinking of adding a comment here, explaining this thing more, but I guess that's not needed that much. So okay. So refactors, simplify, render method. Web render. I remember I created an issue in Ratatouille about this because I needed to do something, but I don't quite remember what was it, so I'll try to find it. Code issues. Support accessing modifying the frame count. Yeah, so frame count should be available to us now because we are calling this function and this is actually incrementing the frame count, I think, somewhere. Yep, it's incrementing, so we can just close it. Simplify web render. Why am I getting this error? Okay, whatever. For some reason, if I use slashes in the branch names, I get the error. But it only happens with this project. I don't know why. Refactor. Render. Simplify the web render. Under method 2 method internals less. That's good. Hey, yo, I have a question for anyone who has been compiling Rust on the same SSD for over 2 years. Alright, just shoot the question. Have you seen any excessive wear due to writes during compilation? I don't know. How can I check that? Because I'm using SSD and I've been compiling Rust for more than 2 years on this same computer. I probably fucked up my whatever write cycles and shit because I don't know. I gotta get a new computer. Mainly due to the miner is so large. There's a memcheck tool. Shoot, I forgot the name. You can just give me the command, I'll just copy and paste it to my terminal. That's very secure. Alright, squash and merge. Alright. Fixed and this issue. All right. Let's check. Do I just run that? I think I need to run it on my SSD or whatever. But I mean, when it comes to your question, I am not sure. Maybe I did. Maybe I want to run it offline, yeah. Took an hour, yeah, okay. I'm gonna check out to this branch and try to have this cursor position thing running. So 77. There you go, the cursor position. So let me just remove that code. And also I want to remove this thing over here, because I want to depend on a stable version of Ratatouille, not like a fork. So let me do that. Let me build it. Alright, what's the name of the example? Cursor issue. So examples, cursor issue, trunk serve. Alright, cursor position 4. Where's the cursor? I don't see it. Because we didn't set it, right? Set cursor position. Alright, so this should be actually... How do we normally set that? I think it's a part of the backend in normal cases, so let me see. Binaries Rust producers are so large and I had experienced random crashes after compiling Rust. When I stopped writing Rust, I have not had a crash. Maybe it's related. Not sure. Backend set cursor position. How do we do that now? Yeah, we just have this thing. Well, okay, let me see. Oh, that's the backend, right? Right, I see. Frame cursor position. Backhand get cursor position. Terminal get cursor position. Okay, terminal. What does this do? It just calls the backend. Well, we can, instead of doing this, in the render, we can probably do something like this. What is self again? It's terminal. So cursor position. What is this called again? Get cursor position. Okay, so get cursor position. Yeah, and then self what? Is this a result? Okay. And then set, I don't know, this is a bit weird, but how else am I gonna do this? I'm a bit confused. Okay, I'm using disable dark reader here. And also 4 is just a very odd positioning. Just gonna change it to, I don't know, 10. Okay, it's not working. So draw is actually, let's see, it's getting the cursor position from the frame. Get frame. Render callback. Okay, render callback. So in render callback, if I got this correctly, we can set the cursor position in there, I guess. Just let me see. Hold on, what is this? Takes the position. So get cursor position. Layout, oh, okay. Unwrap. Oh, fuck. What is this frame? Okay, cursor position and then cursor position. Okay, that worked. And then we just serve it. Where's the cursor? Is this even being rendered? I don't see any cursor, bruh. This is very confusing because we have frame and backend cursor positions. What are we supposed to see? In DOM backend, we should be seeing line set symbol. I'm definitely not seeing that. Oops. So, okay, let me think here. If here's a position, we get the logs though, so should be good. We're getting the logs. What is get? Okay, what is this returning? No position. Let's see what this is returning. Yeah, okay, this is actually returning correct values. Frame, set cursor position, and render callback. So, okay. Frame, render callback, cursor position. This should work. What the hell? Hide cursor. Okay. Or maybe I need to call show cursor. Did you remove the code that sets the cursor in the DOM backend? No. It's here. Yeah, it's here. So, but I'm trying to like wrap my head around how this works. Because we have the backend cursor and frame cursor, set cursor. Okay, so let me take a step back and just go through what's going on here. So we have a DOM backend. So on high level, let's go from high level. So we have this call f set cursor position, right? This is being called, and what this is doing exactly. Let's see. This sets the cursor position for the frame. Right. So this sets the cursor position for the frame, and then we go to this render thing, and yeah, this is just unnecessary because we are already setting it. When you call the render callback, it's gonna call this function, gonna render a widget and sets the cursor position. Then what we need to do is, from Dave's code, we need to get the cursor position from the frame and set it on the backend. Right, that's why we need to access the cursor position. Yes, that's the issue. Okay, I got it now. I wonder how we're doing this in the core. So okay, we have the cursor position in the frame now, but we don't have it on the back end. But when you call this function, it's going to core checks the frame struct field. Okay, and it has access to it because it's pub crate. I got it. So in this function, cursor position, it calls these functions on the back end. Wait, hold on. Okay, so this is now fixed. This is now fixed, so this will actually, no. Wait, this should be fixed now because I'm calling draw function directly. I changed this, by the way, in the recent PR, the last commit. Dave, I'm guessing you joined later, so I'm gonna show it to you. I pushed this commit where it's just calling draw function directly. So since we're calling draw, it should call these functions on the back end, set cursor position, right? So set cursor position in the back end, which is happening in here. Yeah, this is now being called, I guess. Let me check. Oh my god, can you just... Fucking hell. Just... okay, into... Please. God damn it. I'm just gonna debug it. It's not gonna work. Fuck it. I'm just gonna okay. Just A. Just bunch of A. Right. So it's actually setting the cursor position now on the back end. So that should be fixed, but why I don't see any panic in real life? Why the fuck I don't see anything? You know, it's setting the cursor position. Okay, maybe something's wrong in this render thing. Line set symbol, just set a fucking, I don't know. Okay, there's a rendering issue. I think this should be set inner HTML or something? What is this thing, by the way? It's cell, okay. Strange, it rendered fine for me. Did you try with the latest change in main? Which version did you try out? I don't see a cursor here. No, with yesterday's code. Okay. Hold on, I'll figure it out. I mean, look, it's logging the cursor position. It should be somewhere here. Can you maybe like rebase on main and try again? Because yeah, okay. This should be fixed after the draw sets the cursor position on the back end now. But it's still not working for some reason. Is it because they changed cells thing maybe? No, probably not. Do I need to call show cursor? Is that why? That's probably why. Or maybe not. That's a method on the back end though. And it's already being called, I think, because yeah, show cursor, there you go. Okay, I'm gonna just take a look at the code again. Can you hit space to see it move? Move what? I'm not seeing a cursor. Maybe I'm blind. Where is it? I'm getting logs as well, so I'm suspecting my dark reader extension. Is it because maybe style? Set style. Reversed or something? Reverse. How do I Should be something like reversed. Or maybe I'm just misremembering it. Style. Okay, so reversed. Maybe just set foreground to white. Yeah, that's a good idea. Nope, nothing. Just off topic, but what's your color theme? No worries, bro. Feel free to ask me off topic questions. It's Kanagawa wave. You know? The big wave in Japan, I think, or something. Nice painting as well. Okay, maybe just color white. No, I don't see it. That's so weird. Actually, I can just check the yeah, I'm just gonna check the coordinates. So just 0 and 0. Let's check 0 and 0. Cursor position 4. What? Just 0. Start from 0. No worries. Okay, there you go, the cursor. You guys see it? It's black though. So cursor is just a white space. There you go, it's moving. What? It's just very glitchy for some reason though. Okay, I don't know why it's a white space. That's a bit weird. That's super weird. Set character maybe. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna leave the rest to Dave to figure out, because now we don't have to make the frame. What was the thing? Cursor position public. So that's cool. Alright, I'll take a look at it. Thanks for the help. No worries. It was fun to debug, and thanks for creating the draft PR. That was really cool. Because otherwise it's really hard to figure out what what the implementation should look like from just reading text. So thanks for the draft. That's very cool of you. So got the user input example as well. I can just close this, I think. All right, let me check my notifications. Okay, learning a lot about diving into these things. Yep, that's cool. Demo doesn't properly position. Okay, I don't know what I'm gonna work on next. To be honest, I'm feeling a bit tired. Okay, I think I'm gonna just leave this thing here for now. And yeah, guys, just let me know if there's anything that I can check out right now, but I think I'm pretty done. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go and grind some other projects. That was a really effective session. Yeah, that was fun. Like, I've learned a lot about the JS thing, the WASM bindgen thing, and also the PR, and also helped another PR, which was cool. So yeah, let me actually check if there's any newsletter or anything that we can check out together before I go. Alright, let's see. Yeah, FN1 was cool, man. I agree with that. That was pretty cool. We can actually take a look at something now. Give me a second. So, oops. There's this guy in Rustlang Discord. Maybe you guys know him. He is building some music related twee, and also he's just a very like musical guy, so to speak. Like he's very into, he's just professionally working in the field, I think. And he built this thing. I'm just gonna mute the music for now, and I'm gonna boost the desktop audio. And he built this thing. I'm guessing it's like a custom synthesizer or like audio device, musical instrument type thing, and just he's just visualizing the output or like input or something in the terminal with Ratatouille, right? And this was like very impressive. Just a fascinating project. I mean, just listen to it and look at it as well. Right? And I've been just like kind of promoting this project at conferences and in like Discord and stuff like that, but I didn't really understand how it works. So he created like he recorded a video where he is actually explaining it. So I haven't watched it, and I was thinking maybe we can just watch it together. And it's like it's not going to be like reaction content. I'm just curious, like genuinely curious about how this works. So I'm gonna watch this either way at some point, so why not do it here on live stream. This is a video about my granular sampler Grainiac. Wanted to make such video for some time where I explain how it works and what it can do. If you have any questions, let me know. The code is here. Of course, Rust, Ratatouille, rats. I don't know what these things mean, by the way. Okay, Raspberry Pi, LCD screen, some stuff that I don't get, but okay. That's the project, and yeah, let's just watch it. I want to be your friend. Okay.
This is Grainiac, a granular sampler that I'm building now for a while. It currently just works on Linux. Initially, I wanted to make it run as a hardware thing on a Raspberry Pi, but I realized at some point that it's a lot of work. And then for now, I'm just running it on my laptop. So it has this terminal user interface that you can see, which means it doesn't have a graphical user interface, so I cannot draw things per pixel. Everything is more character-based.
Nice.
And I chose that because I really like the aesthetics of terminal user interfaces.
Me too.
And I wanted to have a challenge to try it out if I can make a sampler with a terminal user interface. And
I like that.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the results so far. Another thing that belongs to it is this box here. It's a MIDI controller that I made for it. It's based on the TNC microcontroller, and it has these 4 sections, and every section corresponds to a track on the sampler. Yeah, and it's connected via USB to the laptop. And then I have just a MIDI keyboard connected to play notes. And so let's just record something and see what it can do. I have this kalimba here, which I always like to use, and I will just record on the first track. Cool.
Wow.
So let's see how that sounds. So volume is down, let's bring it up. Cool, so you can change the loop area.
What
like
the
this. You
fuck?
can change the length of the loop.
That's crazy.
Like this. Then you have a density, which means how many grains are being triggered. This is in hertz, actually. And then you have the grain length, which goes up to 1 second.
That's so satisfying, dude.
And then the other control is the speed. So you can also freeze it.
Did he build the controller, right? That's
yeah,
crazy.
So
dude.
the playhead is not moving.
That's crazy.
I can also trigger another node.
Exactly.
And then I have this pet kind of sound.
Oh my god.
The other control is a spray, which randomly changes the start position of the next grain around the playhead. Maybe here it's more obvious.
That's just
And then
amazing.
There's a panorama. So now it's between center and right, or center and left, and then you can also change the stereo spread.
That's the pan.
Make it mono, and then change the pan.
Yeah. I like the visuals a lot.
The next one here is attack and release. So release, when I release the key, it just fades out for 5 seconds. And then when I have a long attack, it also fades in quite smoothly. And with a small release, it goes out immediately. I mean, this is obvious. Right, so... And then here is the pitch, which
envelope, all happening in real time on Ratatouille.
You can change by semitones. You can pitch it 1 octave down or 1 octave up. And another thing that you can change with the buttons is the grain direction, which means like this, the grains play forward, and here grains play backwards. Maybe I make the speed higher, then also the play direction is more obvious. So now it plays, the playhead moves forward, but the grains are playing backwards.
Wow.
And then you can also change the play direction. Now everything is backwards. And now the grains are playing forward, but the playhead is moving backward. And I think you can do some very cool effects with that already. Yeah.
Minecraft soundtrack.
And then the next button here is the hold. And now I can release it and it will just loop. I can still change stuff, right? It does just not release.
Yeah.
If I would play hold again, and it would immediately.
The visualization is just fucking out of this world, man. Like, it's just O's and they're just flowing and
immediately go into release state and fade out. Well, what we can do now is I can record something on the other track.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
And the first track will just play, and I can now add another track to it. So raise the volume.
Dude, I'm gonna pass out. That's just too satisfying. I'm just gonna sleep. No, not sleep, but you get what I mean. Like I feel like I'm elevating to a higher dimension right now. The panning really does it, you know? If you have headphones on, you know what I mean.
And then I can also freeze that or hold it. And I can then still mess around with it. This is panned.
You have money in your pocket, now we need integrity in our system. Definitely. Dude, I want to play around with this so bad. I just want to like record random sounds and just like have fun. And just like change some knobs and make some effects and see the O's just flowing in my terminal. I just want that so bad.
Then I can record also on the other tracks.
Oh, let's go. Mr. Robot soundtrack, let's go. He's not explaining anymore, he's just vibing. I like this. There's nothing to explain. You just consume what you hear and what you see. This really makes me want to go back to making music. Yeah, me too. I just want to like pick up my guitar and do something right now. Consume. It's not me. You're just watching a video. I'll send a link to chat later. It's this granular sampler thing which was built with Ratatouille. And this guy's just vibing.
Yeah, and what I really like about it is that you, at some point, sometimes you need to it takes some time until you found something, some sweet spots, and then it's really fun finding sounds and exploring stuff with it. Yeah, it's really fun playing it, I think, and I'm really looking forward to use it live. I haven't used it live yet, but I really want to do that. Yeah, at the end, there's one feature that I want to show you, and it's you can also save presets. So I can press M and oh no, I'm in the wrong window here. Now I press M and I can press any key and I will save the preset on. So let's have this on key 1. And now it's saved. And it will also, it's persistent, so it will save this preset also when I open it again. And now let's mess around with the settings. Like just move that here. Move that here. And move that here. And make that like this. And then I save that under 2. And now you can see I can jump
That's really cool.
around these presets. I haven't tried that actually while playing. Let's see how that works. This is what I had initially. And now I can jump to the other preset. Okay, this is maybe now a bit stupid, but you get the idea. I think it's kind of cool if you found some sounds, maybe even in a live setting, you can save it and then you can actually jump between those settings.
Doing live, this would be so cool.
And I think can bring up cool ideas. Yeah, and that's it. If you want to try it out, the link to the repository, to the GitHub repository is in this video. So you can, if you have Linux or a Raspberry Pi, you can give it a try. And yeah, let me know what you think about that. If you think this is cool, if you want to try it out, if you have questions, just let me know. And see you later. Thanks for watching.
That was very cool. That was the definition of a grind. For real. Imagine going around with a small sampler, a mic, a Raspberry Pi, and a small monitor running Ratatouille. You can run around, record music, and keep saving them. It's like the ultimate sound farm. Yes, that would be really cool. Yeah. Really good idea. Maybe someday I can build something like that, or maybe build this thing and just vibe with it. I don't know. But I guess that's all from me today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. It was fun, productive session, nice live stream, a bit of a Rust and WebAssembly, and then just vibing. So yeah, I'm gonna see you later. I'm announcing the live streams on Discord and also on YouTube, so make sure you follow me if you want to join the next one. And yeah, cool stuff coming up. We're just grinding. and I'm gonna let you know soon. So yeah, thanks for sharing these stuff, man. Love these streams. Have a good one. You too, man. Thanks for tuning in, JS. I appreciate your existing in the live stream. So thank you for tuning in, everybody. And yeah, I'm out, guys. I guess take care and good day or night based on your time zone. Bye.